Kalte ma ayelan. Alright, so, for a short while, I've been studying the Navi language that was introduced in the recent big hit film Avatar, which is amazing. But anyway, I've been studying the language, and I've noticed some of the difficult pronunciations that people have with some of the sounds that are used in Navi and not so much in English. So in this video, I'm going to try and help some people out with those sounds, and the first one I'm going to go over is the NG sound. Alright, so the NG sound is pronounced the same way as you would pronounce it in the word song or thing. It's not, in Navi, it's one consonant. It's not two consonants or two letters side by side, so it produces a single sound. And the way you produce that sound, if you will look into my mouth quickly, it's with your tongue against the back of your throat to produce a sound like this. Nga. Nga. Hopefully you can see that clear enough to see where my tongue is relative to the rest of my mouth. Your tongue is not at the front of your mouth like you would for an N sound. You see where my tongue is? For the NG in a word like nga or ngenga, it's in the back of your throat, and it helps to open your mouth really wide and exaggerate so that you can further understand, as in nga or ngenga. Okay? Alright, so the next example I'm going to go over is the ah sound. As in, it's the accented A, and you see it on the screen. You pronounce it the same as you would in the English word cat or apple. So, for the genitive ending, ya, it's pronounced like that. Also, the displeasure infix thingy, I don't remember exactly what it's called, but for a word like yangom, that's how you would pronounce it. It's an ah sound. Okay, and now the regular A, as opposed to the accented A, is pronounced like father. It's an ah sound. Like ikran, utral, srane, srak, or taron. Okay? So the next set of sounds to go over are the ejective consonants, and these are TX, PX, and KX. And they're supposed to be pronounced in a very harsh manner, like t, p, or k, respectively. It's a very pronounced sound of that letter. And the X also represents a small pause between the ejective consonant and the next part of the word. So some examples would be kalt-e, pult-e, p-un, or hap-e. Also for the KX, tok, nek, or skaung. Alright, the next sound is the Navi way of producing the R sound, and it's not like the English R as in run, red, rover, rugged, or anything like that. It's pronounced like the beginning of a rolled R, but you only do one iteration. It sounds like ra, ra, almost like a D, but not quite. So some Navi examples would be ikran, utral, taruk, or nari. The next difference is the accented I versus the unaccented I. Now, we use these two sounds in English a lot, but we don't differentiate between the two with a different letter, and Navi does. So, the accented I is pronounced like an I sound, like in this or bit. Some Navi examples are kalte, or nimun, or niwot. The unaccented I is like an E sound, like in the word machine, as in ikran or unil. Right, the final sound is the TS sound, and the T is not silent, so you don't pronounce it like sandbox or Sally, and it's not enunciated so much that it becomes a separate syllable or sound altogether, so it's not ts. You just barely put the T on the beginning so that it sounds like tsmuke or tseo.